Hey guys, it's Siobhan Muir. How are ya? Siobhan Muir here to say hello and to welcome you to this evening's Saturday evening soliloquy. All right. Apparently, I used to do this, and it would have me right side up, and stuff like that. But now it's doing reversal like old Facebook. Oh my goodness! So tonight, what am I going to talk about? I hadn't really thought about it because I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. The last time I tried to do this on Facebook, they said, well, you need to have a third party software. And I'm like, you mean like I used to do on YouTube? Huh. So I had all these plans to go live and do all this stuff. And of course, one of the tricks about doing a live post anywhere you are is that most people congregate to Facebook. That was the whole point of Facebook. It set it up and it made sure that everybody was sucked in over there, which is great. But if you want to go live anywhere else, you have to tell people on Facebook to come over here, which is always kind of a trick. Now, the cool thing about doing it live on YouTube is also they do have over, I think it's on this side, depends on which way you're looking at it, but on my side, it looks like it's on this side, where they have the chat window. So y'all can talk to me if you want to, and I respond, and that it's kind of strange how that happens. Anyway, what can I tell you about? Well, I'm looking at restarting all my live posts over here on YouTube, and that's good because that way it lets y'all know that I'm still alive and still kicking, and yeah. One of the other things is to remind people to definitely subscribe to my channel because that's how you get more people to notice that you're online. I think it used to have a little bell at the top that would say, click on this to know, as a notification when someone like me does a live post, and then you can come and see it, and then you won't be lost or left out, or, what is it? FOMO, fear of missing out. Anyway, that's kind of one of the things is if you can find the bell. Right now I can't see it. But if you can find the bell, please subscribe to my channel, and so you can see me all the time. So what can I tell you today? Well, the big thing that's coming is I have the third book of the Cocky Bikers series. Actually, it's the Concrete Angels, but they're my Cocky Bikers, so there you go. Almost done. It's like this close. Now, we've had birthdays in the Muir household, and we've had sickness in the Muir's household, and we've had all sorts of other things going on. So it's always kind of entertaining to try to get this stuff done. And of course, then the Muse went on sabbatical, right? Because that makes sense. So it should have been done. It should have been done at the end of January, and it didn't get done. And then February was birthday month, and it didn't get done. So I'm hoping that in the next week it'll be finished because I'm this close. And then you'll get the third book called Angel Ink in the Cocky Bikers. Ta-da! And that'll be good because then I can move on to the other shiny objects that are trying to get my attention to write them. Also, this weekend, just to let you know, there's two big things that happen this weekend. Number one, tonight or tomorrow morning, really, really, really early, we switched to daylight savings time. Yay! Daylight savings time. Oh, my favorite. Spring forward. You change your clocks ahead 1 hour, and you spring forward, and everybody feels like it's weird time. And there is one piece of good news, at least in Wyoming. They're trying to pass a bill or a law that says we do not switch time zones. And hey, Nellie, yay! It's usually not polite company. She says, Nellie says, yes, I usually say something about daylight savings time, but it's not to be said in polite company. No, it's not. Matter of fact, I refuse to say anything nice about it. But Wyoming is trying to pass a law that says we do not switch time zones anymore. We don't, and I think they're trying to stay on daylight time all the time. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter to me which time zone they pick, as long as they, do it and stay. Arizona did. Arizona stayed on standard time all year round. And let me tell you, it was awesome. We didn't have to change our clocks. Everyone else had to ask us what time it was. It was great. And I totally appreciate that because, I don't want to change. It messes. I don't know if you've noticed, as I've gotten older, it's messed with my sleeping habits and kind of how I felt and when I'm tired and when I'm not tired. It messed with my diurnal systems, darn it. And it doesn't matter if I'm an early bird or a night owl. It's not cool. So if we can get Wyoming to say, no, we're not going to switch, I'm all for it. All for it. So go yes. If any of the legislators are watching, yes, I'm all for that. Don't change. Matter of fact, don't change tomorrow. But daylight savings time does shift over for the U.S. tomorrow. So yes, we will all be an hour later. Fab. That's the first thing. The second thing is tomorrow is March 8th. March 8th is International Women's Day. That means you get to celebrate the awesomeness of women. It doesn't matter if they're moms. It doesn't matter if they're grandmothers. It doesn't matter if they're married or not. It's International Women's Day. That means every woman is to be celebrated. I love it when I hear International Men's Day. There is one, I believe it's in November. But what I find ironic about that is every day is International Men's Day. I mean, you can see it in the news. Men get away with all sorts of things. Men get all sorts of privileges. Men get paid more. Hey, every day is International Men's Day. So one day a year to celebrate women, and they get bent out of shape about it. What to do? Just celebrate women because, darn it, without women, this world just doesn't really work well. So, and speaking as a woman, I should know. Next time you think that women don't matter, try finding something that you've lost or can't remember and see who remembers. I'll bet you it's a woman who said, oh yeah, I saw that over there. What do you think? Happens that way in my house. Well, hey, Siobhan, where is the blah, 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 blah? Oh, am I supposed to remember where the placement of everything is? Absolutely. Try in the garage. Bingo. There it is. Hey, where's this? Have you tried in the pantry around the corner? Oh, there it is. International Women's Day. The whole reason you can find stuff in the house. So that's what's going on this weekend between the time change and International Women's Day. Definitely buy your friends and family, your women friends and family, a small flower, a small token of appreciation, maybe just a piece of chocolate. Let me tell you, chocolate will win lots of hearts. So, I'm trying to think of what else I can tell you. So I told you about Angel Ink, which is the third one in the Concrete Angels series. What I'm going to work on once that's headed off to the editor is I think I'm going to work on a fantasy story. We'll see. It's either the fantasy or it's going to be the paranormal murder mystery BDSM tale. Femdom. The Femdom BDSM tale. That's right. Not just your ordinary BDSM. This is where the woman is dominant. So yeah, that might be the next one. I have those two stories kind of sitting there like, well, you could work on this one, or you could work on that one, or you could work on this one, or you could work on that one. It just kind of depends on where the muse wants to go with it. Also, I do have another story that seems like it's way at the end of I have a new series coming, and it seems like it's one of the last ones, but the characters are talking to me now, so who knows when that one will show up. It might be the end of this year. Kind of depends also. I often do a cowboy story every year, but I only have the beginnings of the cowboy story, and I don't really have the whole overall story arc. So I don't know if the cowboy tale will be written this year or not. We'll see. Again, it's really kind of funny. People say, well, what are you going to work on this year? And it's kind of like, well, whatever the muse wants to, whatever is screaming loudest. And of course, life gets in the way. Plus, I do have some events I'm going to this year. This year, I'm actually going to go to a weekend with the authors in Nashville, Tennessee. If, barring disease and anything else that's going on, I should be there from April 16th to April 19th in the, I think it's the Nashville, what is that called? Nashville Airport Marriott. I think that's where it's being held. And it's a really great event. And I've done it before in 2017. And so I'm back again this year. And they do this cool thing called Charm Me. And they give you a charm bracelet, like a metal charm bracelet in your swag bag. And then all the authors give out charms. And I have a special one this year. So one year I did it, and I did collect everybody's charms. And I had this gauntlet of charms on my charm bracelet. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, this could be like brass knuckles. It was really heavy, and you could just kind of whang hit someone with it. But you don't want to do that. But it was cool because it was like, and they were neat. Some of them, there were scissors and airplanes and cowboy boots and a cowboy hat and teddy bear and some various other sparkly things. It was really cool. So if you do end up going to a weekend with the authors from April 16th to 19th, you can see me in person and get books signed. Hello. And then you can also get all these really cool charms. Okay. And then the other event that I'm going to, again, barring disease and closed borders and all those sorts of things, I will be going to CalypsoCon, which takes place in Calgary, Canada. And it is from June 26th. Is that right? I think it's June 22nd to June 26th, I believe it is. And it's up in Calgary. And you get a chance to not only see me live, if you're Canadian, I mean, hello, come and see me, an American in Canada. Woo! Mr. SM should be there with me also. We're planning on taking a little vacation afterwards and going to Banff and things like that. But you are welcome, obviously, to come and see us and, get books signed and have a good time. And Callie Calypso was saying to me that she's like, ooh, see if you can get 10 more people to sign up. So go to calypsocon.com, I believe. I think it's calypsocon.com, and sign up for it to come and see us. It's a really reasonable event, and it's a small event, which means that you get a lot of one-on-one with the authors. You don't have to don't have to wait in line for hours and hours to get your book signed. You get to interact with us. You get to spend time with us, share meals, that sort of thing. So it's a great opportunity. I went to a CalypsoCon. Hey, there's one that came to Wyoming. It came to Casper, Wyoming. So I drove up from Cheyenne, and I was a reader, right? Because I wasn't one of the authors that had been asked to go, but it was so cool because you got to spend some one-on-one time with some of these authors, and they were cowboy authors. This year's theme is Rocky Mountain Romance, because I live in Wyoming at the foot of the Rocky Mountains, and I write Colorado Paranormal series, a Colorado Biker series, and Cheyenne, Wyoming Cowboy. So there you go. You get a whole choice of different kinds of stories. There are 6 books in the Cloudburst Colorado series. There are 3 books in the Cheyenne Cowboys series, which is known as the Triple Star Ranch series. And there will be, as of hopefully the end of March, there will be 3 books in the Concrete Angels series. So there you go, Rocky Mountain Romance, right there. Ta-da! Yay! There was much rejoicing. I'm not seeing any comments, so I'm hoping people are enjoying this. I don't see anything. You're welcome to comment. There's space to comment. And see, the great thing about the comments is it helps me keep talking. Otherwise, I'm sitting there going, so what do I tell you? As Nellie pointed out, she said, I don't have anything nice to say about daylight savings time. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Although, maybe I'll spend just tomorrow reading. Okay, I'll spend tomorrow writing. But it's a nice fantasy to think that I'll be reading. So those are the events that are coming up in 2020 that I will be attending. And I've got, which reminds me, I do need to get some jump rings for the charms, and I need to get my pre-order forms up so y'all can order books, so I'm not hauling a ton of books with me everywhere I go, which is good, especially if I'm going to Canada, where they kind of get twitchy about you bringing a lot of stuff across. So, what else can I tell you? What else is going on? I'm trying to think. I'm really glad to see some of you folks here in YouTube, because I know how hard it is to get off Facebook, and I know that I haven't been very regular over here on YouTube. I'm trying to be more regular now, especially because now Facebook used to do this really easy live thing, right? You could just go live and it would be fine. But now they've changed how they do it, and it made it a lot more complex, meaning like, okay, so I want to go live, but it won't even highlight the button to go live. So I can't really go live until I do this other thing over here and then add this over there. And I'm like, so that made it, I might as well go back to YouTube because it's a lot easier on YouTube. Now, YouTube made it easier, Facebook made it harder. Hey, win-win. So if you like my live posts, please, please, please do hit the little thumbs up button. That would be great. Also, subscribe to my channel, which is, I think there's a little bell still up in the corner. I have to look, but I think there's a little bell, and you just click that, and I think that gives you notifications. And I think there's a subscribe button. It's been a while since I've been here, so I'm hoping that these are the same things that you'll see. And I will do regular lives. That's what I'm going to do. I try to do them on Saturday evenings, somewhere between 5 and 6 p.m. Mountain Time, which is somewhere between 4 and 5 Pacific, 5 and 6 Mountain, 6 and 7 Central, and 7 and 8 Eastern, right? I think so. In the U.S., right? I am kind of being U.S. central in that regard, but that's kind of what I do. And then I try to do a Sunday morning tea. And Sunday morning tea means I usually have a cup of tea or coffee, and we talk about writing questions. And oh, that's right, he says subscribe and hit the bell. Hi, Josh. Nice to see you. What a great thing. Josh is a really good friend of mine, and he's also my PA. So he's probably like going, hello. So, and it's great to be able to talk to all y'all. See, you can totally comment, and then I can see what you've written, and then I can answer. Ta-da! Lucky you. What else can I tell you? I guess that's kind of the majority of what I've got going on, so that you know what's coming. The good news is this book, which, like I said, is backwards. This is Star Spangled Banner. It is the third book in the Cheyenne Cowboys, or the Triple Star Ranch series, and it is a military cowboy tale, romantic suspense. And I don't know if you know, but in Cheyenne, Wyoming, we have the biggest outdoor rodeo in North America. The people say the world, but I'm not. I don't have that kind of ego. I'm saying at least in North America, we have the largest outdoor rodeo. And in it, we often have the leapfrogs, which are Navy SEALs who jump out of a C-130 and, parachute and do all sorts of parachute tricks down into, well, it used to be down into the arena. Now they have moved it over to the Cheyenne, Wyoming Air Guard Airport. And they dropped down there. It was the coolest thing because we didn't know that they were going to do that. And so we happened to go that day to look at the air show, and we were looking at all the old airplanes, and it's like, and now the leapfrogs will jump out of the plane. And we're like, really? So the C-130 took off, which is really cool. It's a big plane compared to me, for example. And they took off, and then these guys jumped out of the back of the plane, and they did all these crazy tricks. Well, in my story, because I was writing it about the time when they were still doing it into the arena, the SEALs would drop into the arena where they hold the rodeo. And the way I said it is, this guy, something happened to his parachute and he hit the ground. It's raining men. How could you go wrong with raining men? So this story is now out. It actually came out, I believe, in November, I think is when I got this one finally out. Last year was a rough writing year. I'm just saying. It was a rough writing year. I was reassessing everything and trying to figure out how to go. But that said, the first book in this series, if you happen to be a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, where you pay, monthly, about a fee monthly. If you are a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, you can get the first book in this series called Rope of Falling Star as part of your subscription. And then you can pick up the other two. The other two are Starlight, Star Bright, and Star Spangled Banner. Ta-da! So, as a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, since I'm going to a weekend with the authors in April, the last time I went to the weekend with the authors, I was writing Rope of Falling Star back in 2017. So there you go. See, you got the sequel, which is Starlight, Star Bright, and then you have Star Spangled Banner, which just came out last year. So ta-da, you got a whole series. Hey, Janice, she goes, last year was a rough writing year for me too. Yes. I don't know what it was, but it was kind of like, it's time to take stock. It's time to reassess. It's time to figure out what's valuable to me in terms of my time, both with writing and family. Because now both kids are in secondary school. I mean, they're not in elementary. And it's kind of like, oh, they're really growing up quick. And I don't want to spend all my time with my imaginary friends. I need to spend some time with them too, because they're really amazing people. So yeah, it was a real interesting year, and I'm kind of glad that I had the year to learn about what I'm going to do and where I'm going to do it and how I'm going to do it and how much I'm going to do it. I also didn't go anywhere last year. I didn't go to any events. I didn't see anybody. I was just like, oh, actually, that's not true. I did go to one event. I did. I went to the San Antonio Wild Wicked Weekend in San Antonio. I don't think it went on this year, but I did go to that event, and it was a great time. I'm glad I got to see the people I did, and I got to hang out with my friend Louisa Baccio, and I got to meet a bunch of new people, and got set up for this event. So this coming event in a weekend with the authors in Nashville. So I mean, it worked out great, but it didn't keep going. It was at the beginning of the year. That was in February, and so it was kind of like. And then I had to really reassess. So, Rope of Falling Star is in Kindle Unlimited. The other books that are in Kindle Unlimited, if I can remember which ones, they were the first ones in the series. Order of the Dragon, which is a vampire dragon paranormal romance set in my little town of Three Lakes, Michigan. And what was the third one? I'm trying to think of the third one. Oh, Cloudburst Coffee and Spa. It's not the first one in the Cloudburst series, but it is a contemporaneous sequel story that goes. So if you've read The Beltane Witch, it happens at the same time as The Beltane Witch. But it is also a paranormal BDSM tale. So, like BDSM, don't get too excited. We're not doing whips and chains. But, it's in Kindle Unlimited too. So you can get a kind of a wide sampling of. Now, I did kind of stick with paranormal, but I did put in the cowboy story. So you have a wide sampling of tales that you can enjoy. Wow. Okay. So I've been talking for a while. So remember, tomorrow is daylight savings time. Yay. And International Women's Day. I have a bunch of letters and cards I'm sending out for some of my friends to help wish them a very happy International Women's Day, because, well, it's pretty darn cool that they're in my life, and these women are pretty darn exciting, and they do awesome things. They are entrepreneurs, they're writers, they're storytellers, they're moms, they're workers, they're all sorts of, oh yeah, the daylight savings, yes. I know, Janice, it's just I figure it's a good excuse to sit in bed and read. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm just gonna sit in bed and read because I woke up late, so not everybody's good with that. Too bad you can't do it on Monday and say, "Oh, I'm late, so I'm just not coming." Yeah, they don't take real kindly on that. Anyway, but hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. I mean, in the morning. Some people, it's a time difference. Like right about now is it's either almost midnight or it is midnight in the UK. So a lot of people aren't going to be awake right now, but they can always see this. The neat thing is once I'm done with this live, it does archive. And so you can replay it and you can watch it. And then I will do a live one tomorrow morning, somewhere between 10 and 11 a.m. Mountain Time, which is between 9 and 10 Pacific, 10 and 11 Mountain, 11 and 12 Central, and 12 and 1 p.m. Eastern. I've been waking up early, like 5:50, or so maybe I'll wake up on time. You might, Janice. Hey, she's already started. She's like, I'm going to get up a whole hour early so I wake up normal when it comes. So we switch You know what? I can't argue with that logic. That's great logic, Janice. You start waking up early a week before you switch time zones. Heck yeah, do that. Yeah, we tried. 1 year we did try to do that. It didn't work out well for us. It really didn't. I think we did it. For switching to standard time back in the fall, and it was still like we were dragging the next day. Like, I don't want to be alive. Do I have to be here? There is not enough coffee for this. But maybe, just maybe, I can. If I don't sleep in, I'm just going to fall back again in this daylight savings time so I can keep my hour of sleep. You know what? That's a smart move, Josh. Just go back to sleep. Good idea. Nobody needs you for that hour anyway. Just go back to sleep. Absolutely. Why are you awake? Go back to bed. I might, but if I can, I will use that hour to get this story done because I'm this close. I was telling a friend today, my editor, and I was saying, okay, so here's what I need to do. I need to finish the scene where the shit hits the fan. I need to finish I need to do the scene that have the aftermath of that mess. And then I need to probably do one more sex scene. And then I need to do the epilogue and I'm done. I'll be perky while everyone else is dragging. There you go, Janice. See, she's got it. You should do what Janice does. You totally should do what Janice does. Yeah, we'll see if I can pull that off. I'm not real hopeful. But anyway, yes, so I only have this much left on the story if I can get it done. And I don't. Right now I've got a whole bunch of drainage down the back of my throat, so it's hurting. Yay, allergies. Because it's nice outside. It's like 60 degrees today in Cheyenne. And we did a whole bunch of yard work, before it snows. It's going to snow. So I have all this drainage, so I'm like, well, I'll drink tea, I'll eat soup, and I'll write my butt off. Win-win. I'm hoping that pays off. I'm hoping if I can you imagine if I could finish this story by like tomorrow? Yeah, I could never be on the internet again. I would probably, and I can't talk to anybody. Just focus on it. We'll see. I'm angry in the morning, so I'll be even more angry. Hey, Josh! We're going to come in, we're just going to hand you a bar of chocolate. Peace offering? Or maybe a croissant? Maybe a chocolate croissant. Peace offering? Here you go. Be nice to me. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. Thank you for coming over to YouTube. I totally appreciate it. I love it when you guys comment. Then I get to talk to you. This is awesome. Reese's or Kit Kat? Note to self, Reese's. I'm a fan of Reese's, so I can share those. Chocolate drool. See? I already got both of you. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. It's so great to see you guys. It's so great to talk to you. Tomorrow, like I said, I do the Sunday morning tea, usually tea or coffee, and I promise it's not early. But we can talk about marketing. We can talk about writing. We can talk about how I manage to balance life, which I still haven't figured out yet. So I don't know if I have any answers. But, oh, and Belly says Kit Kat. Right. And Janice says dark chocolate. You guys are my people. Reese's, Kit Kat, dark chocolate. You are totally my people. Anyway, have a great evening. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you tomorrow. If I don't, I can always see you next Saturday, somewhere between 5 and 6 p.m. Mountain Time for the Saturday evening soliloquy. And have a great evening. Thanks for joining me. Happy reading. Bye.